Hello and welcome back again to the Microsoft Word application course. In this video we will continue with formatting text and pages, and we will be dealing specifically with using indentations. Now in the last video we talked about aligning text, which shows you the positioning of your text. Indentation is more or less similar to aligning text, except that you are now looking at paragraphs and text in a way that you're moving them with respect to the left margin, which is somewhere in this document, and the right margin, and you can determine how much you want to move a text or a paragraph away from the margin to enable you to understand how this looks like. We will go again to our practice doc, and here what we can do is let's type a few text again. I will try to use that. So there are basically four types of indent, which is the left indent, the right indent. I think there's the first line, and then there's the hanging. You will see all that when we start practicing. So what I'm gonna do is first show you here on the paragraph group under the home menu, and I think this is where you can find also the indent, which is called the increase and decrease indent. We will come to this later to show you how they work differently, but for now let's start with selecting one line, and let's practice with that. And let's go to home, paragraph, and here, and under the indent and spacing tab, and under the indentation section, you see here left, so I can indicate how much I want to move my text. By the way, this is a text here, so I can look at what's happening. So, and this is the left margin, it's the right margin. So if I increase the left indent, see what happens to the text. It begins to move away from the left margin. So that's how much distance you want to move away, and if I do that at the right, now you don't see any effect because the text is not up to the right point. So we will keep this as 0 for now, and here you can increase that, and and you can say okay, and there you see that. So I mean, it's like pressing the space bar to move your text here, or moving your mouse to that point and typing, but you can also use this for some special effect at certain positions in your document. Now let's go back again, but before that, what we want to do is select this entire paragraph and go back to paragraph group and go to this, and here if we try to use the left, we see what happens. It starts, and you see the first line is moving again, so same effect as before. So let's look at the right. There's nothing different. If we reduce the left back to 0 and we keep increasing the right, we don't see anything. Okay, that means you have to maybe align this text to be on the right to see the effect. So we can do this. Let's say let's align it to the right. Now we've put the text on the right, and let's now use the right indent. You see, now you can see what happens, and that's because the text is on the other side. Okay, so that depends on your alignment, so they work hand in hand, and depending on what you want to do. Let's go back to left line, and let's set this guy back to 0. Good, you can also just type in. There are also another special set of indent, which is the first line, and if I click, let's see what happens. So it affects only the first line of a paragraph. So this is applicable for a situation where you selected a paragraph and you only want the first line, and you can increase that number. So you see it's similar to left a line just that you're saying I want the effect to be only on the first line of a paragraph I selected. And let's see what hanging does. So if I choose hanging, the first line goes back, and let's see what happens if I don't see much anyway. So I will keep it this way, and I will say okay, and there's nothing much here happening. So but then the most important use of the indent is you can easily move your text a little bit away from your left margin or your right margin, depending on what alignment you've used. So let's practice again with the two buttons here. So I think you can place your mouse anywhere on the text. So if I just put it here, these are two separate texts, by the way, and if I click this, and you see it's doing the same thing, I can use it to center, and I can just go all the way to the end. And if I want to do the decrease indent, so the other one was increase indent, and this one is decrease indent, and I can bring it back. If I want to do to the other line as well, I will just do the same. Yeah, and that's how you use the indentation tab. So I hope this is clear, and you can always find a use for these things in your document when you start working with some high-level document in your school or organization or wherever you want to use them. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next video.